UFC 317 method of victory. This is an amazing card. Main event is Topuria versus who's Topuria fighting? Oh, that's right, Charles Oliveira. All right, if you haven't if you haven't watched this show before, first off, thank you for joining us. Here's how it works: we take turns picking a fight, then we pick the winner. We got to pick the method of victory. We can't just say inside the distance. You got to say KO or sub or decision. So you'll see how it gets going. Generally, the top two or three are our most confident one. Then you see us start to sprinkle some longer shots or some more difficult ones. So it's a lot of fun. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. We always start off with That's My Fight. So whoever wins a coin toss gets to pick a fight, and the other person cannot steal that fight. So, Jim, I will call it, and calling tails. Ooh.
Yes.
It's heads. So, Jim gets to pick a fight, and I am not allowed to pick that fight. He gets to save it. So, which fight would you like to be yours?
I am going to take the main event of Topuria versus Oliveira.
Topuria, Oliveira. Okay. I want for That's My Fight to be the Terrence McKinney fight. It's kind of a weird one, but I think I like my chances in that one. All right, now we get to see who gets to pick fight number one. I will call it an air. Going back to tails. Ooh, clean sweep for you, buddy.
I'm All back right, on a you roll get the here.
Number one overall pick. Who's what's the fight? Who's the winner and how?
Well, I'm not going to mess around because we always want to win our top three. So I'm going to use my fight right off the bat. That's why I picked it.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I got it. And I'm taking Topuria by KO TKO at minus 175.
Okay.
Not really a whole big explanation here. The bottom line is Charles Oliveira gets rocked in every single fight. And I think Topuria is going to stay safe in the grappling, not necessarily go down into Charles' guard. Might even let him back up and just get the standing TKO. But Topuria's boxing, I believe, is on another level. By KO TKO, minus 175.
It was going to have to make the top three. It's the juiciest one, so let's just get it out of the way. Let's take Jacoby Smith by KO at minus 330 over Nico Price. I don't need a whole lot of explanation. Smith will probably nuke him. It will probably be in the first round, but I see Nico Price with little to no chance to win this one. So it was going to have to come off the board at some point. So if we're parlaying the first couple, that one has to be in there. So, all right, number three.
Number three, we'll go to the co-main, Pantoja and Kaikar France. So I was a bit torn on this one, whether we want to do sub or decision. I can't ignore the fact that these 5-round fights are just going the distance this year. Like, we just watched Jamal Hill and Roundtree go for 25.
Truth.
Easy 25. Nobody's willing to dive in and commit and go nuts. So I'm going to take Pantoja by decision at plus 175.
Pantoja by decision at plus 175. Okay. All right, leave your comments in the comment section. What's your favorite method of victory? Love seeing what you guys have on this card. All right, for my second pick, I took the easy way out on Jacoby Smith, so I feel like I need to dig a little bit deeper here. And I will go, I'm going to go Moicano by KO at a really nice price of plus 400. Dariush has gotten absolutely nuked in the first round of his fights. And like you brought up on our UFC breakdown video, by the way, PFL and UFC breakdown videos are available on this channel as well. So what you brought up in Oliveira, he was having his moments early, and then he gassed in the first round. He gassed. So this is just an odd fight. This fight really stinks. It was canceled so they could let Moicano get killed by Makhachev. The Moicano says, my shoulder's hurt. You're not going to see me for a while. Now all of a sudden they're back. Is this a Dariush retirement fight if he gets smoked again? But I just know I don't think your chin gets better after 2 vicious knockouts. So I think you're getting plus 400 pretty good on Moicano. Moicano, not a big-time striker. Maybe he doesn't need to be to get Dariush out of there. All right, what's your next one?
It's my turn to lay the chalk. I can't. This is one of my favorite bets of the week. I got to stick to my guns on it. Nothing's changed for me. I'm going Tracy Cortez to win by decision at minus 225.
Okay.
The wrestling advantage is going to be key. Is this going to be split? Maybe, but I don't have to pick split or unanimous. I just have to pick decision. So I like Tracy by decision. I understand that Vivi will be live, but I think she does enough to eke out the decision here at 225, just in a typical women's fight. Typical women's fight.
Yeah, I'm going to move to our boy who is undefeated, and I think he still stays undefeated, Hyder Amil. My problem with Delgado is he's lost one fight in his career, and it was the only fight that went the distance. So if this thing goes the distance, I love our chances with Amil. Did the knee sleeves in his last fight terrify me? Yeah, but he had a great performance against Gomes. He got the win. He's shown he can knock people out. He's shown he can do the clinch in the wrestling. Delgado is really, really tough. He can strike hard. But I just love Amil. I think he's got that dog in him. I really, really do. So I think Amil by decision here at plus 450 is too good a value to pass up. Amil's a slight underdog, but I think these guys are pretty equal. I think it's a very, very close fight. And in a card that I think there's going to be quite a few decisions, give me the plus 450 on Amil. Your next fight?
Well, I'm going to dive into Gregory Rodriguez and Jack Hermanson. And Mr. Lang, you have spun my clock around to believing what you are spitting out, okay? I'm going with Gregory Rodriguez, but we're taking him by decision. This is a Joe Pyfer moment. This is a same, and the funny thing is it's the same opponent. Same, like
exactly
what you do
right.
after you lose to Jack Hermanson, you go the distance, and now it's Jack Hermanson fighting. So I think Rodriguez needs to prove to himself that he can control a fight for 3 rounds. We just heard Khalil Roundtree say it last week, that why put yourself in danger? You need to be able to win decision to win championships. And we've been saying this for years. I need a fighter that can prove to me they can win a decision. This is Gregory's chance. I think Jack can stay safe enough. Give me him by decision to plus 225.
I had that exact thing written down, so you and I are on the same page on that one. All right, I'm going to use my That's My Fight. I am going to take Borshishev by KO at plus 200. All I need for him is to not get finished in the first 3 minutes, and we're live, baby. Not only are we live, we're looking great, because Borshishev ain't submitting anybody. He's a striker. And McKinney, yeah, can he take Borshishev down? Absolutely. But is Borshishev active enough to get back up? Yeah. And all he needs to do is not get finished in those first few minutes, and Terrence McKinney is going to be dead to the world. So I get 2-1 on a fighter who Terrence McKinney has a 3-minute window to win, and I get the next, 13 minutes? I get the next 12 minutes for Borshishev to get the KO against the exhausted McKinney. Yeah, odds are too good to pass up. Give me Borshishev by KO. All right, now it's getting tough.
Getting tough. I'm going to steal Brandon Royval right now.
It's a great pick. You should.
It's the right time to take Royval with the chaos that ensues in 10, 11, and 12. Give me Royval. I think this is a lesson for Van. However, I think Van is going to show a good showing. Remember, this fight's only 3 rounds, not a 5-round fight. So I'm going to take Royval by decision at plus 200. I think it's the most common. I think Van can stay safe. He can cause some problems to Royval, but I believe the bigger moments are going to be from him in a close decision.
Now it's getting bad. These last 3 fights are tough. All right, I will volunteer to take the Denise Hines fight. I think the unders are what everyone's going to gravitate towards, not me. I did a deep dive on Hines. This guy is an engineer. His union sponsors him, and he keeps talking in these interviews about how he's going to drag Denise into deeper waters. And to me, that says I'm going to get takedowns and try and hold him down, because Denise has shown little to no takedown defense. And against Austin Lane laid on top of him for an entire round. Then Austin Lane gassed, and Denise gets credited with the knockout. And then Topuria made mincemeat of him. I don't think Hines is very good, but I also don't think you have to be very good to get a takedown. I think these guys actually kind of tire each other out. In rounds 2 and 3 are just this kind of brutal, brawling, thing. Hines' striking it's powerful, but it's certainly not a good volume. It's not very crisp. It's, it is what it is. But I'm going to go Denise to squeak out a decision win here at plus 350.
Wow.
He's minus 160. You get the KO. I don't know, man. Hines isn't very good, but neither is Denise. This is minus 160 for Denise to get a KO against somebody who I've at least seen get knockouts in round 3. I've at least seen Hines beat alive in round 3. You know, this guy's knockout was against Austin Lane, who's dead to the world in round 2. So I'll take a little sprinkle on Denise by decision. I think this goes the distance. Okay.
Okay. So
I believe this is the last one because we don't have lines on this. We don't have finishing lines on this.
No, we don't. We don't have finishing lines. So I was going to volunteer to take this one because I want you to pick Talbot and Lima.
Okay.
I want your pick. I want your pick for that.
Okay.
So when it comes out, I will take Jackson McVeigh by KO. That's
Love
what
this.
I will take.
That's
okay?
a great play. It's going to
All
be
right,
big
I will
plus
take,
money.
Yeah, I will take McVeigh by KO. Say, yeah, let's throw something out there, plus 200. We'll see what it is in there. The fight's lined minus money at the under 1.5. Somebody's going to sleep in this fight, okay? So give me McVeigh by KO, and you take Mr. Peyton Talbot there to close this out.
Talbot by KO is plus 350, which is interesting. But I just can't do it. It's Lima by decision at plus 110. I think... I mean, if we're doing the film work and we're realizing that Peyton Talbot's only path to victory is a KO, then surely Lehman, his camp is going, hey, man, just stay away from the big shot. Barcelos just totally punked this guy, took him down, dog walked him. This guy's been on a dating reality show. I mean, you could just I could just hear what the camp is. You're going to let this guy with painted fingernails knock you F out? No, you're not. Like, no, we're going to dominate this guy. And I just think Peyton Talbot his game is not very complex. Don't get knocked out. You're going to be live. I don't think his wrestling and grappling is that good. Is Lima's, is he the most amazing in the world? No, but is he really good? Yeah. He's good enough everywhere, and he's got the more well-rounded game. So don't be surprised if this looks like another Barcelos-type performance over Talbot, where Talbot looks lost. Maybe he has a couple of big moments, but in the end, I just don't trust his game. I think this guy's easy to watch film on and go, geez, all we got to do is stay away from that big right hand, and we got this in the bag because he's not going to reverse a bunch of things, and maybe we can rock him, and the guy gets frustrated really easy. So I'll go Lima by decision at plus 110 here. All right, quick recap here. We got Topuria by KO, Smith by KO, Pantoja by decision, Moicano by KO, Cortez by decision, Amil by decision, Rodriguez by decision, Borshachev by KO, Royval by decision, Denise by decision, McVeigh by KO? As a question, because we don't have lines at the time of recording this. And we'll finish it off with Lima by decision. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. 5% PFL is up. UFC pack is up as well. Don't forget to grab those and join us. These are plays that we invest our own money in. If you play it with your money, we're playing it with our own money too. So it's been a tumultuous year in MMA. We know lots of people that have gotten smoked in MMA this year. We're still confidently up double digits, holding on to that number one spot in at Wager Talk. So join us in those plays. Thanks very much. Good luck on your bets and take care.
Good luck, everyone.